This is set number 7697, the MT-51 Claw Tank Ambush. Joining me today, we have the Polybag Collector for helping with this review. Say hello.
Hey everybody.
This is a Mars mission set from 2007. 30 pieces, $30 and 374 pieces. Really good for the price per piece, wouldn't you say?
Definitely.
We have 3 minifigures in here, and as already mentioned, $30 is a pretty good price for this, considering its size and also the amount of pieces that we get with this set. It was pretty much in the mid-range as far as the Mars mission sets from this year, so let's take a closer look at it now. I'm going to start with moving all the accessories off to the side as we go into the instructions. It's a big instruction booklet that we have, usually ones for $30 sets of the time. And you can see a little bit clearer what the box art looks like. This instruction booklet has 4 different bags. The first bag builds the alien ship and some of the minifigures, and the next 3 bags build different parts of the robot. Seems to have a good division between all the parts. And it has a lot of instructions shown on each page, so it gives you a good thorough way of getting through to build the rest of the model. I'll just try to skip through most of it so we can get to the back portion. Sorry about that. Okay, so in the back portion, they show you the disc launcher feature and give you a warning to be careful when using it so you don't hurt anyone. Then they show the model itself. We also get to see some photos of the model in action, some of the main features of the Claw Tank, shown on very large images on each page. Then it shows you everything included with the set. Another feature. It also shows you 2 pages of each of the sets on the sides, and also shows you a bunch of them in the middle. You can see the Claw Tank down here in the corner. We also get a large piece count page, 2 pages, 3 pages. That's a lot of pieces to keep track of, I guess. And then we have Lego Club shown on the back, a little cutout that you can send in the mail. You also have the win section and another look on one page. So Connor, what do you think about the division of bags? Because we saw that we had 1 that had the alien itself, and then 3 that had building the robot. Hold on a second. So Connor, what do you think about the division of the bags? We had 1 that built the alien vehicle, and 3 that had building the robot.
I think that they've been set out very well and that they spaced it out quite nicely, so for younger builders it can be quite easy.
That's a very good thought. Can
I just say quickly...
Oh, sure.
That in this set we get 2 pieces that are only available in this set.
Oh yeah? Which ones?
We get the caterpillar track, which is the wheelbase on the bottom of the truck. And also... we get the 10x4x3 cockpit that's only available on this set as well.
Now, those aren't available only in that. Those are only available in that color. Is that correct?
Yes, it's not the piece; it's the main color that's available in this set. That makes it exclusive.
That's very good to note. In fact, that 4x10 has been rarely used in sets, mainly with Star Wars, a little bit with Mars Mission, as we see with this set. So I find it interesting that we get that use, and I didn't know the tracks were that rare.
Yeah, apparently so.
Alright, so we'll take a closer look at each model of the set now. We'll start off with the minifigures. So here we have the only astronaut figure in this set. This is the one guy that's going to be controlling the MT-51 Claw Tank, and as far as his printing goes, he's very similar to all the other astronauts. None of them have any real names, but they all have the same details shown all the way around. On the back of him, you can see he has a printed on oxygen tank, which makes it a little easier for storing a figure and just making him look like an astronaut. His face is the only unique part of him with this set, but I believe if this figure could be available with the face in other sets. I believe, yeah, he's been reviewed before with some of the other sets I've shown with this face. But it's not too many times do you find this face outside of... I've seen it in Mars Mission, but I've also seen it in Sports. I don't know if there are any other places that he's available with, but it's a really nice face printing, a nice one to get, you know, good face for him. We also have the visor, which covers his face, so we don't get to see it on the package, but now you know which astronaut is in this set. Polyback Collector, what do you think about this set? I mean, this figure.
Well, first of all, I really like how the torso and the arms actually link together. It looks like a full-on spacesuit. It's really nicely designed. Also, the headpiece is actually only available in 6 sets in this theme, and then also one other set from a different theme, which is called Factory, where Lego fans met with Lego and they made their own set. So it's quite a rare head, actually, outside of the Mars Mission theme.
Right, good to know. But as far as his design, do you think it looks okay for Mars Mission?
Yeah, I really like the printing on the torso. I think that Lego have done a really nice job with it, and it really matches the look of what it would really be.
Okay, so thanks for your thoughts.
No problem.
So here we have the Martian alien that's featured in this set. We get 2 of them exactly the same, so I won't show you the other one as close-up. This is the generic alien that we get with Mars Mission sets. The most basic form, and really doesn't have much as far as, you know, differentiation or features. He only bends back and forth at this hinge, so you can separate it like that. He can hold things in his hands, but he can't move the hands or legs independently. His face doesn't move, and he's actually kind of weak as far as articulation, but he still makes up for it with just some nice detail. He has a pin in the middle, or he has a hole in the middle, so that when we attach him to the slides in the set, you can use the pin to, you know, stick him through, and he'll fit in there nicely. What we're going to do right now, I've already put him under the light for quite some bit, so we're going to see how he looks glowing in the dark. I don't know if it's coming out so well on this camera. You can see it a little bit. But sorry that my camera isn't too high quality that you can see it. Let me see if I can move it up a little bit. And go. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see on here, but let me see if I can bring it around to another camera. There we go. So you can see it glow in the dark pretty well in the torso, and I've tried to get it through the legs, but it didn't work out so well. So, Polybag Collector, what do you think about this minifigure?
Generally, I like the idea of the alien, though I'm quite disappointed with it because of the only, body, the top half and the bottom half can only move. I like it if they could probably disconnect the arms a little bit and move them. But overall, it's okay because it makes up for it when it glows in the dark.
Right. I'd also like to mention this isn't the first Mars-related space theme. The previous one, Life on Mars, back in 2001, had different versions of Martians as well as other pieces, but those Martians were able to move their heads, their arms independently, but their legs were still as one piece. So they had a little bit more variety as far as articulation. They were also a little bit more diverse from each other because they had different colors for each figure and also different facial expressions. Whereas, you know, these are just glow in the dark and they're exactly the same. So there we have our alien minifigure. So here we have the alien striker. No real name to this model. And nothing of particular interest, but it's still nice to see it as a counter model for this set. It's got a very large wingspan and doesn't have any real features to it other than you can move the hinges back and forth and that you can move these up and down, but nothing actually fires from this model. In order to access the cockpit, you have to move this all the way down so that you can fit your hands in here and put the minifigure in and out of the cockpit seat. We have 4 different stickers on this model. 1, 2, 3, 4. Most of them being the same, some of them being the opposites of each other, such as over here. These two mainly being the same. And kind of, you know, it's nice for, you know, having enough room that you can swoosh it around and move it to wherever you need to for play, but doesn't have any actual features on it. Then again, I don't think it would have much room for features considering the size. So what do you think?
Well, I think that, first of all, the brown plates on the bottom are really good because back when this set was made, the brown plates weren't very brown bricks. Sorry, weren't very common, but as much as they are nowadays. Also on the crystals at the back, I really like. I like how they've used them, and the green kind of claw-looking pieces on the kind of cockpit. I really like that. And lastly, the articulation of closing it up into a little dome, I like. And then also, hang on a minute, Jerry.
Okay. Okay. Go.
What I don't like, is it rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What I don't like is that on the bottom, you have to open up the cockpit from opening from underneath, and for younger kids that might become a struggle. I would have preferred it if the green claws opened up.
Right. So a bunch of other sets had it so that you could open up from the claws, which is also a nice feature just to make it look more unique. But a lot of them used to open it up from the top area, where this one is just made to be slanted and open it from the bottom. I didn't know that the brown pieces were rare at the time. I actually think it takes away from the model, because you look underneath it and you think, how does that fit, as far as the color, into the scheme of all the sets? And
one last point, sorry.
Go ahead.
If you just turn it around quickly so you can see the back.
Okay.
Those kind of curved pieces on the back that have the stickers on them. Those, in the theme, they were quite common, but they weren't that common until recently in the new Town Square set, where they've been used on the bike shop. So they're really nice pieces, I think.
Right. Do you mean just in that color? Because I know these have been used very few times out of the theme immediately. I know they were used in one of the last Darth Vader TIE Fighter sets. It was used in the back section. And you're right, it was used in the Town Square, thank you. So, there we have our alien ship. Go. So here we have the alien striker featured in this set. It's really not the name that I know of, and really doesn't have a name on the box art at least. I don't know if it had anything different in the description. This is your generic fighting vehicle for the aliens. Really don't have much as far as features, because none of them can fire like other ships. But you do have these cannons that can move side to side. All the other ones are just, you know, for show. It has an easy way of holding it on the back, so you can move it around back and forth. The main way you open it up is by opening this section on the bottom to take your minifigure, put him in and out. He mainly sits on the sides. He doesn't really sit on top of the studs like normal minifigures. And you have a little bit of articulation in this section, though I don't know if it's intentional. I would imagine so because of the hinges, but I don't know. So here we have the claw tank itself. This is so large I had to move back the camera to get it into the frame. As we take a look, we're just going to spin it around first, so you can see all the kinds of detail put into here. It definitely matches for the color scheme of the theme, which has mainly white and orange. You can see it has large tires on the back with treads on the front. We have a large robotic section in the middle, which has two functions. And we have also in the front, we get these small canisters. Probably the second least expensive way to get them from 2007. There are less expensive ways after that. But let's start with the front. We have a bunch of stickers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 stickers used on the model entirely. We'll get more into those stickers as we look at each section. But as far as the stickers themselves, they're not too hard to put on. I had a little bit of trouble with the one on the back, though. So I do apologize that it's sticking up. The first part, we have these treads. They can move up and down to move over different areas of terrain. If you have a Lego setup with different slopes on top, these will move over. I haven't tested them though, but they do have enough, flexibility in the treads and on this part itself to keep moving. Next up, we have these alien pods. They can move out of the vehicle itself, so you can deploy them, but you can also deploy them just by tipping on the sides. Each one is exactly the same, just different stickers, which say on this one, it says high risk area and shows an alien in a prison cell. And this one also says high risk area, but shows a biohazard sign. Each of the slides look exactly the same, but this one has jewels on it. We have each of our energy crystals shown there, but it also has room that we could fit an alien if you were to capture both of them in the set. Here we have the alien in the slide. This is the second alien that we get, which I mentioned before. And he fits in there very nicely. The pin really helps with him staying in place, and both of them slide in very easily. They're not too much in the way of the rest of the accessories, just to say, and even when you're moving this around, they don't fall out, which is good. Next up, we have the robot base. This can turn around at 360 degrees. I just don't have enough space right now to do that. Oh, no, we got it. And each of the arms have much articulation in two different forms. Each of the arms, on the ends of the arms, move in a ball joint, so you can see how we move this around. One of them has laser cannons that don't actually fire, but are nice to look at. And the other one has a claw function, hence the name of the set, and can open up using very simple hinges all the way. It's all the way closed. These do have a tendency to break off at times. I've had a few times where it just breaks off like that, and I automatically did not mean to do that right now. We also have in the back section of these arms, if we twist this around, you can see in the back section, these move on ratcheted joints and can also move back and forth like so. So we do have enough playability with the arms themselves. On the sides, they say danger and work zone, so that it's a precaution for those nearby that they don't get attacked by this by accident. It works as a mining vehicle, but also works as a defense vehicle. As you can see, it has sections on top where it can defend itself. We have these small rockets that can move back and forth, but don't actually fire themselves. You can just pull them off and shoot them at someone. But they do have a nice design, just to give it a little bit more details. And we have this section that actually does fire. This is one of our disc launchers, which includes 6 discs in the set, but it has a capacity for possibly 10. This is a very simple setup that's been used early on and didn't really carry over much after Mars mission, but has been used in 2006 and 2007, roughly. You have a small part on the back of here, which can be, if you could see that, which can be fired from. Let me just hold up the camera like so. And basically you pull back on the plastic and you can shoot each of them forward. Now a problem with this is if you have too many discs in here, they will fire out of the top section. Just as you saw, just because of the force of the plastic, they will fire out of the top by accident. Also, if you don't fit them in correctly, which they do have a tendency to fit in sideways, it won't help with their firing function. You can see more of the stickers on the back of this section. This one says Intergalaxian 2445-67. And on the top of the sticker, it says, let me see if I can read that, engine. On the other side, it also says engine towards that top section, and says over here, BOUCHSTACHID, the claw, in quotations. I'm not sure exactly what the name before it means, that's why I spelled it, and I couldn't think of how to pronounce it. In the middle section, we have the cockpit. This opens up using 2 joints on both sides, and has that really nice orange piece we mentioned before. There's a sticker on this side, a sticker over here that wraps around and also shows lift here with some kind of animal symbol as some other Mars mission sets have. Same opposite design on there. Now, the problem with these, they do have a tendency to break off as well, since they're held up pretty easily on this part. If you're trying to lift this up, you have a tendency to break it off just like so. So you just have to be careful which way you open it up. Because if you try to get it towards the middle, oh, that actually worked. But nope, it broke off there. This mainly has a capacity for one minifigure inside and go. So, Polybag Collector, what are your thoughts on the MT-51 claw tank?
Well, Jerry, I have a lot of thoughts for this one, so here we go. I like the disc launcher. I think it's a really good function in the back, and I really, I really like that LEGO have included this, and it's quite a good technique, so I'm not sure why they haven't used it after then, so maybe that's a mystery. But also, I like how the treads move very nicely, and I like the orange they've used. And the alien pods and how they slot out as well. The crystals used in the set are really nice, and I really like crystals in LEGO sets. And the orange wheels at the back as well. They were used in Power Miners quite a lot as well, but I haven't seen them much since then. The 360-degree spinning function I really like on the back as well. And the arms articulation. The opening cockpit I like, the laser display of the blue laser, and then some things that I don't particularly like, kind of flaws, are that the rockets, they got 11 stickers on it, sorry, not 11 stickers, the opening cockpit does break, and yeah, those are my only two bad thoughts, but the rest are really good. So those are my thoughts.
Thank you. I agree with you about the treads. I don't recall the back wheels being in Power Miner sets. I think they've had slightly different ones than these, because they're not the large ones you see with sets like the Titanium Command Rig or the Thunder Driller. They're not the same ones as those. These are actually more of a classic type of wheels, which have been mostly used in space. Don't know if it's been in any other generic themes than space. And you're right, the stickers and the cockpit are a disadvantage that I agree with.
Okay.
And honestly, I do not know how the disc launcher started to phase out from being in LEGO sets, but I wish that they made a return of it. Because I think they're mainly in these sets, LEGO Avatar, and I'm trying to remember the other one. One more theme. Exoforce.
Yeah.
So there we have the MT-51 claw tank. Overall, this set is very impressive to me. I got this for Christmas, and I think it was an okay set for me at the time, but after building it, I was really having fun with this set. For $30, this is an impressive amount of, construction and models that are used in here. Lots of details. I really enjoy the crystals that we get with the Mars mission sets in general. This one has 4 of them, which is good to get if you want to, show that you're collecting the crystals and using them for the Martians or for the astronauts. But as far as the builds themselves, as we've discussed, this one is kind of a generic model, kind of basic, because it doesn't have any real firing functions, but it does have the cool hinge parts that can, make it into a defense mode of some sort, or make it a little bit more sleek in design. And then we have the bottom portion that opens up. Kind of clever, but, we would prefer to see the top open like some of the other models of the aliens. The MT-51 claw tank itself is an impressive model for space. If you had to get one Mars mission model, this is probably one of my favorites, because it has so many features to it. It's a very unique design. I really love how they use this piece and a bunch of these in different colors. It has some of your basic functions as far as Mars mission sets go, since it, has these treads that can move over different terrain. You have the alien pods that can, store energy crystals, which I forgot. There are 3 in here, so that brings us to a total of 7 in the set. And you could also store another alien if you wanted to store 2 in here. It also has great rotation and firing functions. So lots of playability with this set. Very excellent as far as features and pieces used. I highly recommend it. The only disadvantages are that it has so many stickers, especially on the main model itself. But also a problem, it doesn't, like we discussed before, this does have a tendency to break, and this does have, you know, opening from the bottom, and doesn't have any firing functions. Would have liked to see a little bit of equality between the firing functions of these two, because mainly this one's packing the punch.
Let's draw, please.
So what are your thoughts on this set, the Polybag Collector?
Well, I think first of all, starting with the minifigures, I like the alien. I like how he glows in the dark, and also the nice trance green he's got. The main minifigure, though he's got nice detailing, and the face is quite nice, his visor is gold, meaning we can't see through it. And for people like you and me, displayers of Lego, it's quite a bad thing, because we want people to walk in our rooms and see the faces on the minifigures. Going on to the truck now, and the kind of spaceship. The articulation is very good in the set, and I like the trans orange / orange pieces in the main set. The disc launcher is really, really nice, and I like the claws, the claw cockpit on the green alien spaceship. Also the alien pods, which I really like as well. I like how they slip out. And overall, I'm going to give this set an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay, that's a good rating. Usually I don't give a scale for a rating, but I would just say how much I highly recommend the product, if at all. But thank you for joining us with our video.
No problem.
Thank you all for watching. There should be a couple more Mars mission sets that I've already reviewed, so you can check those out. I'm not sure if I'll make a playlist at any point, but I should probably do that for convenience. But thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time with more LEGO set reviews. And be sure to check out the Polybag Collector's channel. There's a link in the description for his channel. We'll see you guys later.